welcome to this episode of Unraveling the Veil with your host, Yara Rose, also known as Katie Mosier, from the yararose.com website. That is YARAROSE.com. Today is going to be a quicker podcast episode. I don't have a lot put together for it, but I also didn't want to leave you all hanging for another month without any word from me. So I asked Spirit if they had any messages that I could deliver to all of you that would be beneficial. And I drew the Crocodile card. So I am going to title this episode Crocodile. The Crocodile card is resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. The Crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. Crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of power and wisdom. Typically, when I get this card, it's because I am trying to action my way or think my way to the next step in whatever part of the journey I'm at. If I'm trying to accomplish something and it's time to wait. I personally have never been very good at just waiting and being patient. So typically then I will try to action my way or force something when it's not time. Timing is truly so important when it comes to working with your spiritual community and manifesting the life of your dreams. A lot of the times our ego wants something and they want it fast. But for me, that typically isn't how my manifestations work. Usually I get the idea and I start working towards them and building the momentum. And then there always is this gestation period where it builds and builds and builds. And then things slowly start coming. Like I'll receive a sign or I'll see something that will make me think about it, or something smaller that I've been waiting for that will lead to this comes in or happens or occurs. But what I have been finding recently, for me anyway, is that the sooner I release my expectations and my ideals and the way in which I would say expect, the way in which I expect or the way in which I want this particular manifestation to come about, the sooner I can start seeing those signs and receiving that and getting in the energy where I can appreciate it and feel it quicker. So I think it's funny that this is the card they wanted me to share with you today, because this has been my lesson for the last 2 months. I can feel some huge shifts coming for me. I can feel some huge manifestations, and it's been a lot of moving forward and then waiting, and then moving forward and then waiting, and then I can feel that this is going to be huge changes for me. So I'm really excited about it, and I really want it to happen, but then it's periods where it's like, okay, hold on, take a step back, relax, it's coming, but all the cooperating components are organizing and coming together, and it just needs to take a little more time. It needs to gestate just a little bit longer. So be patient and enjoy life while you're there. Enjoy wherever step you are. Enjoy the day. Find ways to be happy where you are, because the more that you can focus on what makes me happy today, what can I do today to bring myself joy, those type of thoughts and those type of actions, the sooner that all of these cooperating components are going to be falling into place, and the sooner that your manifestation is going to occur. But if you get in this spot where you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel it, I know it's there, and then you start looking at, oh my gosh, where is it? Like, I know it's there, where is it? This world isn't showing what I know is there, I don't understand. Like, that's when you're putting up energetic blocks, and Spirit could be trying to bring all these things in, but now your energy has shifted in a way where they could be trying to give it to you, but your energy is literally pushing it away. It's like you have this invisible shield around you saying, oh, nope, not ready for that yet. Nope, not ready for that yet, because I'm too focused on what's not here. And when you're focused on the problem, the solution is not able to reach you. So I do find it very interesting that this is the card they wanted me to share with you. So one more thing I do want to add about this before I sign off is something that I said in the last podcast, and that's when you put pressure on yourself to achieve in a certain way, that also is an energetic block, and it's also keeping you from receiving what you want. So I understand. Trust me, everyone that's in this boat, I understand how much you want this manifestation. I understand how hard you've worked and how ready you are and how thrilling it's going to be when it comes. But just try to remember to look at it as sweet anticipation for some amazing gifts that are coming. They're gestating. They're on their way. Could you imagine if you were to get pregnant and then have a baby a week later? How absolutely horrifying would that be to find out, oh my gosh, I'm having a baby, and then a week later have that baby? Would you really, truly be ready to have a baby within a week's time? Most likely not. So trust me, this gestation period is a time for us to enjoy what we've cultivated already, to wait for those fruits to harvest so that way when they come to us, they are whole, they are complete, often better than we ever could have even have anticipated. And it just takes a little bit of patience on our part while everything is coming together, falling into place, easy and effortless. So if I were to tell you one thing today, one thing that could stick with you from this month's podcast, it would be to learn to love life in the moment that you're in. And when you receive those intuitive nudges or messages and signs from the universe, act on them. Be excited. Be curious. Have fun with it. Life is supposed to be fun. They have told me that time and time again. Life is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, then it's because we have certain expectations or we're wanting it to be different than it is. And we're adding resistance and pressure into our life that's unnecessary. I've often heard that pain is part of the process of living, but suffering is optional. We unknowingly choose suffering when we hold on to something that we shouldn't be hanging on to, that we should have let go of. When we choose to focus on a past event or focus on something in the future, some perceived future event. If you can, I would encourage you to surrender, to let go and trust that the universe has your back and they know what the best thing for you is. And I know that that's always easier to say than to do. Trust me, I struggle with it myself, but every single time I am able to offer it up and say, you know what, I know you know more about this than what I am currently seeing, and I trust that you have my best interests at heart. I almost instantly feel a sense of peace and acceptance and just a contentment that everything is going to be okay and it's going to be amazing. And I'm just going to, in that moment, find something else to think about, find something else to shift my focus to, because that's taken care of already. I just asked for the universe to take care of it and I let it go. And it always does work itself out. And it always works itself out so easy and effortless and usually in surprising and fun ways. I really hope that this podcast episode helped you today. As always, I thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I wish you the most love, light, and inspiration. With all of my love, Yara Rose.